Thipallattha miga jataka. The Bodhisattva was once the leader of a herd of deer. One day, his sister asked him to teach her son tricks to avoid and escape hunters. They made an appointment, and his nephew came right on time and was diligent about his lessons. Soon after, as he roamed the forest, the young deer got caught in a snare. When his mother heard about it from the other deer, she was anxious, but the Bodhisattva told her not to worry because her son had studied well. The young deer lay on his side with his legs stretched out, lolled out his tongue, turned up his eyes, and breathed softly through his nostrils, playing dead so convincingly that flies swarmed around him and crows perched in nearby trees. When the hunter arrived, he saw what he thought was a dead deer starting to rot. So he released the trap and went to gather wood for a fire to smoke the meat. Now free, the young deer got up and ran back to his mother. In the lifetime of the Buddha, the young deer was an earlier birth of Rahula, the Buddha's son, who became a novice and never sought special attention because of his lineage. After listening to the Buddha's preach, many disciples and novices would just fall asleep on the floor of the sermon hall instead of going off to their quarters. The Buddha disapproved and made it a formal offense for novices to sleep in the sermon room as disciples. The next night, the disciples, out of fear of breaking the new rule, would not set up a bed for Rahula as they had always done previously, leaving him to go off and find a place to sleep on his own. Rahula was so diligent in following rules that rather than risk sleeping somewhere a disciple might come into later in the night, he slept in the Buddha's outhouse. The incident prompted the Buddha to change his mind and allow novices to stay in a disciples' quarters for up to 2 days when necessary. When the Buddha heard some of his disciples discussing Rahula's excellent behavior, he told them this story so they knew that Rahula had been thoroughly dedicated to following rules in the past as he was now. The young deer's mother was an earlier birth of Thipallattha Bhikkhuni, one of the Buddha's top female disciples. The morals of the story: the importance of diligence and dedication. The young deer's diligence in his lessons is what ultimately saves his life. By practicing what he was taught, he was able to escape a life-threatening situation. This highlights that knowledge and wisdom are only truly valuable when they are put into practice with dedication. The value of good teaching. The Bodhisattva, as the leader and teacher, provided effective and practical instructions. His teachings were so thorough and that they prepared the young deer for a real-world crisis, demonstrating the importance of having a wise and knowledgeable mentor. Reassurance and truth. The Bodhisattva's calm reassurance to the anxious mother shows the importance of trust in the leader. He had faith in his nephew's ability and in the lesson he had imparted, which allowed the mother to find peace despite her worry. Wisdom over force. The young deer's cleverness and acting skills, a result of his learned wisdom, outsmarted the hunter's physical force and trap. The story shows that intelligence and strategy can be more powerful and brute strength. Patience and restraint. The hunter's impatience and greed to get to the dead deer's meat quickly led him to release the trap. allowing the deer to escape. This serves as a cautionary tale about how a lack of patience can lead to failure. These are some of the morals we can learn from this Jataka story. So you as children and adults can practice and develop these qualities so that you can lead a successful life